Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Whether you need a website, domain or online store, make your next move with Squarespace. Next week I'm moving back to London, and it's been a bit of a long time since I've lived there, and I have to say I'm pretty excited. I think I'm going to try and shift my videos into a slightly different direction. I mean, they're going to be very similar, but I think I just want to show you what I'm up to every week and the kind of creative things I'm doing, because one of the big differences between living where I do now and living in the city is you can just fill your spare time with creative things. There's always people to see or things to shoot, and you can just fill that time instead of being stuck somewhere without much going on. At the moment, I only really have one shoot day a week, so just being able to say, oh, I've got an afternoon spare, and just find someone to take photos of, that's going to be fun, and hopefully that's going to bring some good things to the videos. Speaking of making things, I took some more portraits of my friend Pello this week. I went over to his house to get a tattoo since he owed me one, because last time I saw him, I gave him one. A little trade. I gave him this spooky Grim Reaper. Very professionally done. Actually, my first tattoo on someone else, which was pretty fun to do. I shot these portraits on my Mamiya RZ67 with Portra 400. I think the ones through the window came out pretty nice. The kind of diffusion and soft look that it added is really cool. The other thing which I've been super into this week is deepfakes. I'm really enjoying exploring all of what AI has to offer. It's been super interesting, just kind of exploring what is possible to create. Like, look, here is deepfake me. How cool! In particular, I am pretty amazed at this full body stuff. I really didn't know this was possible. It's really quite strange. Obviously, it's quite low quality. You're not going to fool anyone with thinking this is real. But I definitely think there's some really cool use cases for this. It's really like PS2 looking. Playing around with all these computer-generated kind of AI-driven things, which I had no idea was possible, has been super refreshing, because it's something which I can do just sat at home by myself. I don't have to go out and take any photos. I'd always been kind of jealous of like painters or musicians who are able to just sit there and make things at home without needing to go outside. And yeah, I guess now I've got something. That's definitely always been one of the downsides of photography for me. The lack of stuff you're able to do just kind of whilst idle. I actually have a full video planned of this deepfake stuff, so stay tuned for that. I also went and dropped off some prints with my friend Harry, since we're going to be making a framing video together. Action!
Hi everyone, welcome to Harry's Frames, where we not only frame pictures, frame people for things like murder and sodomy. There you go.
I got these two darkroom prints from Ethan Bradshaw, and I'm pretty excited to film this and share it with you. I think it's going to be really cool to make a series of videos which aren't actually photography and are about like jobs that surround photography without taking photos, if that makes sense. So framing, curating, maybe a picture editor at a magazine. I think that'd all be really interesting people to talk to, because there's so many jobs that kind of cater for people who have an interest in photography without actually being a full-time photographer. I don't know, I think it'll be really interesting topics to go and explore and just chat to some people who know their stuff. This week, I read a write-up about a photo book which I didn't quite agree with. It started by saying how the UK is such a popular place to be photographed and how it's been done so many times by the likes of Martin Parr, etc. And I don't know, I just feel like all of the photos that kind of reference this are pretty like ugly and not nice photos. Not many people photograph the UK in like a positive way. However, the two books I picked up this week I think do this. And the first one is The British Isles by Jamie Hawksworth, which just came out this week, published by Mac. And this is a massive book. It's unbelievably huge. There's like 300 to 400 pages, I think, and it's just rammed full of amazing portraits and landscapes. Jamie is a fashion photographer, that's what he's known for, and it's really interesting to see him photograph all these kind of normal everyday people and bring those kind of fashion influences into this. I'm really impressed with how much golden kind of light there is across this, because I feel like living in the UK, you just don't see a really rich golden hour very often, and I guess that's a true testament to how this took like 7 years to shoot. The landscapes are pretty sparse in this, there's not too many of them. He is primarily a portrait photographer, but when they come up, they just really are amazing. They're really good. There's just such great tonality in this book. Even though there's so many pictures and so many pages, it really doesn't feel like a slog. Actually, I feel like I could have kept going. You know, just flicking through this I don't know, it's really nice. I really recommend this book. Go and check it out. The other book I got was Black Was the River by Dan Wood. And this is photos from Wales that all kind of centre around this river. There's some really amazing photos in this. It's really great to see this kind of photography taking place in Britain. And there's some photos in this which just kind of radiate a huge Eggleston kind of energy. It's really nice. It's a really good book. It's really nice for me to see photo books of this kind of depth from the UK, because in my opinion it isn't as popularly photographed as that article said. I think actually, if anything, most people I know don't really like shooting in the UK. They normally fly somewhere else to do their big projects. So this to me is really inspiring to see. So yeah, finally, I'd like to thank Squarespace again for sponsoring this video. If you're looking to purchase a new website, maybe you just want to buy a domain, maybe you want to start a blog, a website for your online business, or a portfolio for your photography, Squarespace is the perfect place to do all of this and much, much more. It's really easy to build a professional looking website, and you don't need any prior experience to do so. They've got an amazing variety of different themes to get you started, and it really is just simple. They also have amazing customer support if you did happen to come into any troubles, and there's great features like being able to open an online store, sell your prints on it, or maybe schedule clients through their calendar. In my opinion, having a website for your photography portfolio is pretty essential. It's the best way to keep all your photos in one place and show them off in the best way possible, so that you can attract future clients or just kind of have a place for your work to exist. Squarespace, it really is an amazing place to do this because it really is so simple and easy. It leaves you much more time to go out there and actually shoot rather than having to worry about learning coding. So if you'd like to get yourself a lovely new website today, you can sign up using the link in the description or using the code negativefeedback for 10% off your order. And, well, that's it for this video. I guess next time you might see me with a new background. Who knows? I think it's actually going to be quite exciting to have to figure out all the different angles I'm going to film from. I'm pretty used to these ones now.